So today we continue our journey getting all the achievements in all the Skylander games. Last video we tackled Skylanders Spyro's Adventures, which was a very frustrating experience. No matter how fun it is playing Skylanders, that did my head in. But today hopefully a more relaxed experience while we take on the second installment, Skylander Giants. The first time I'll be playing this game. Unlike Spyro's Adventure, I played that before, but this new experience, new story, new gimmick, adding of the Giants. The only thing that this game does that Skylanders Spyro's Adventures doesn't is it adds the nightmare difficulty.
Why do you do this to me?
And already from that, it sounds very scary. I'm not the best gamer out there. I normally sit on the middle difficulty, but here we're forced into the higher difficulty to get all of those achievements. Looking on true achievements, there are 45 achievements in Skylander Giants, totaling up to the 1000 gamer score as per, and it's saying that the completion time should take 25 to 30 hours, most of that probably being on that nightmare difficulty if you're having struggles getting past. But we got the armory, we got so many Skylanders that even if we was to die 20-30 times, we are surviving. I made sure that there was no chance that we would be resetting any level due to deaths. But anyway, here is the checklist. And as you can see, we have Spyro's Adventures ticked, of course, and hoping to get that second tick on Skylanders Giants before we end up moving on to Skylanders Swap Force and furthermore. But anyway, here we go. I am throwing up the achievement counter, 45 achievements, 1 goal. But enough said, let's get straight in there and let's finally tackle Skylanders Giants. So, Chapter 1, entering the first level, Skylands 10,000 years ago.
This was a dark time for Skylands. The peaceful Mabu had been taken from their homes and forced to build massive monuments for the evil Archean Empire. But the iron rule of the Archeans would give rise to a new age of heroes, the Skylanders. Now, place one of your Skylanders on the portal of power.
And so here we go. Here we place our first Skylander. And who do we choose? Of course, you know who we choose. Tree Rex. The guy you get in the starter pack. Of course, we have to start with him. And as we place Shroom Boom on the portal to unlock the elemental area and get our first achievement, Elemental Explorer, for unlocking our first elemental area. An easy achievement, not as easy as just chucking the Skylander on the portal, but we'll take it as the first achievement in the first level. And here we change into Eyebrow, my favourite giant, most definitely. As a kid, you always wanted this guy. Unfortunately, I never got him because I didn't own Skylander Giants. But here we go, we get the achievement Elemental Enthusiast for opening all elemental areas in Chapter 1. But anyway, here we go, Chapter 1 complete. And the only achievement we got, or the only 2 achievements we got, was for opening elemental areas. So each chapter has their own chapter specific achievement. Chapter 1 being opening all the elemental areas. And now we jump into Chapter 2, where we do miss the chapter specific trophy on this occasion. But here we're going for another achievement as we change the ownership. And we get the Upgrade Uniter achievement for getting all upgrades on one Skylander, and that was such a stupid achievement we really shouldn't have got. the thing is, when you get these second-hand Skylanders, they come with abilities, they come with their levels, so sometimes you end up just getting a lot of the abilities already unlocked, which is very helpful, considering a lot of the Skylanders we end up using in the Nightmare mode ends up being helpful. Oh, and there we go, he was even right on the edge of max level, and then we went and got the level up any Skylander to level 15. That was such a cheat code, but I ain't complaining. But anyway, we complete that level. And now on to chapter 3, Rumble Town. We do end up picking up 2 achievements.
Does anybody think it's odd that a hermit would live in a town?
Well, I'd stop and ask someone for you, but they don't look too friendly. Think I'm gonna set her down somewhere a little quiet. I'll tell you what, this place looks like it might be more your kind of scene. We'll meet up with you when you find the hermit.
So here in the video we do switch the hothead as we need him to lift these logs. And we got the achievement for completing the log lift feat of strength before we even decided to lift the logs. But anyway, as we do come to the end of the level, we face Brock. Kind of our first boss fight, I'd say.
And don't forget the crazy old hermit who Brock used as bait.
Hello there.
Now,
Poor guy.
let's make with the mayhem! Arena battle.
Here we go, arena battle, our first big boss fight, and we are dealing with trumpets.
It appears this Skylander has defeated all our gladiators except Brock.
And now we face the big guy himself. Oh, Brock. But of course he wasn't much a challenge for us.
Brock just wanted to be liked.
And we are
Skylander would make the crowd
completing
happy.
that level
Was
here.
that wrong? I don't think it is. Wrong answer.
I tell you, it was the clouds that sold me out. Because of what I saw. You don't look much like a clown, but you never can tell. Clouds are crafty. Name's Hermit. Thanks, whoever you are. You don't happen to have a way off this island, do you?
There we go, there's the achievement popping for the completion of chapter 3. 1 star, brilliant.
Got an eye for talent.
So here we're just changing our Brawl's name. As you do, you always got to change a couple of the names, you know, spice them up yourself. And here, I'd like you to meet One Eye Guy and Sash Sash, and not Spyro, DC's finest. Red Arrow. But continuing on, we do enter chapter 4, which has its chapter specific achievement of collecting all of the Sky Stones.
Then ye best beat me at Sky Stones. Ye best get ready for a battle, matey.
Before you change your stones, you always play sky stones with a...
So here we start our first game of Sky Stones. And here we lose our first game of Sky Stones. But anyway, we do go on and beat that guy. And we win the final Sky Stones battle against Dreadbeard,
Stone collected.
where we collect our stone and we get the achievement Sky Stone Sampler for collecting all of the Sky Stones in Chapter 4.
He still owes me.
And then we complete the level and we get the Sky Stone Superstar achievement. And I think that was the main level where we were gonna have to be playing Sky Stones. And hopefully that's the end of them. But here, Chapter 5, we do get the level specific achievement for destroying 7 snowmen. So a bit of a collectible like achievement, as we do go on and then also complete Chapter 5 to get the Glacier Greet achievement. So we've got 10 out of the 45 achievements so far as we head on to Chapter 6. And as we mash Y to open the present box, we are given a hat, which there unlocks the achievement Fashionista for collecting 10 hats. We're here on the intermission with Chaos near the end of the level.
Didn't you see it?
Yeah, but only for a second. I can't remember.
Silence! Wait. Actually, you can remember. And with my help, you will remember. Robot, take me home!
And there's the achievement for completing Chapter 6, Vault Victor.
It was those Archean security copters. They must have followed us from the vault. I think we're out of range now, but we took a major hit.
Oh, you're kidding me. We just got this thing fixed.
We're a sitting duck out here. Let's take the lander to the nearest island and see if we can find someone to fix our ship.
And after being attacked, we head to Wilkin Village, Chapter 7. And this level was very enjoyable. One of my favourite levels here, I have to admit. But here the chapter specific achievement is for talking to all of the Wilkins. And there's a really good concept in this level where you turn the machine and it either makes the Wilkins active or frozen in time. A very, very funny mechanic, but I very much enjoyed playing this level.
Welcome to the island of the Willikin. We are the Willikin.
But coming to the end of the level, we do end up speaking to all of the Willikin residents, which nets us that achievement. And here we're in our second boss fight, a lot harder than Brock. But this is the Chompy Mage.
And you are not a Chompy, so I don't like you. Me neither. Now let's see if you can dodge some of my evil magic. Dodge, 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 dodge.
So we are in a fight with the leader of the Chompies. Unlike throughout the level where we were switching between the dead and alive Wilkins, the same thing happens during the boss fight, and here you will see us defeating the Chompy Mage.
Three cheers for our new friends.
And there we go, the achievement for completing Chapter 7, Willikin Winner. I'm not very good with the pronunciation of some of these achievements. But heading on to Chapter 8, Troll Home Security. So going into Chapter 8, the game just has a quick lag spike, which it is continuing to do since Spyro's Adventures. Unfortunately, I thought that was only going to be Spyro's Adventures. The Cannon co-founder for not getting hit by a cannon throughout the level. And then for completing the level, we get Security Breacher achievement. So heading into Chapter 9, Chaos's Castle. Throughout the level, we did get the achievement. As it didn't pop up, I had to insert this for destroying all 10 Chaos statues.
To stop by unannounced? But foolishly, you have stumbled right into my family's ballroom dance floor of doom! Big hit at family reunions. Much as I'd love to stay and witness your demise,
Here we're fighting a bunch of Chaos's minions.
You may have defeated me, Skylander, but you'll never stop Master Chaos. He has an ingenious plan to get that Iron Fist of Arcus. Then he'll rule Skylands. Then he can finally take me fishing.
So anyway, after that mini little boss fight, arena fight, we got the achievement King of the Castle for completing Chapter 9. And we actually got all of the optional 3rd star requirements there. Anyway, heading into Chapter 10. Here we had to shoot down a lot of the little flying boats. And we got the achievement Mine Menace, where we had to shoot down 10 of the mines that were just hovering about. And then after the level we got the achievement Sky Survival, which was for just completing Chapter 10. Now arguably heading into the greatest level, as here we have reached the boss fight. Of course, skipping the level. And this boss fight was absolutely amazing. It's definitely the best boss fight that I've... And as you can see, the best boss fight I have had in Skylanders so far. Of course, we're only a game and a half in, but this boss fight was amazing, so I'm literally going to shut up and you can watch this for yourself because it is very entertaining. Very entertaining to play too. Well, as I was going to shut up, the achievement Pipe Petard popped up, which is the Chapter 11 specific achievement for throwing a pipe at Drill X.
What did you do, Skylander? You just won the final round. I can't keep the beat
And as Drill X gave his final speech as he fell, we do complete Chapter 11. And we get the achievement Drill X Defeater.
That seems to be happening a lot these days. Anyways, we're actually here to find someone named the Oracle. Seen him around anywhere?
I'm sorry, I can't even think right now. Not with all the...
And pop the level specific achievement of just throwing rocks at huts. What an easy one. Here I miss out on the Tree Rex Soul Gem, unfortunately, which is actually towards another achievement, which we do end up getting, but then we do have to end up replaying the level.
Fun. Oh, me! Don't you? Now you're in trouble.
But anyway, after a quick arena fight, we get the achievement for completing the level, Molokin Liberator, as we move on to Chapter 13, The Oracle.
Greetings. My name is Octavius Cloptimus, and you are Flynn, Calais, Ermit, and, of course, Pop Fizz.
And that's me.
How do you know our name?
So as we start the level, this level was a very fun level. So we had to choose between two doors. Here we had the choice of Trial of Courage Chompies or the choice of Trial of Courage Spiders, which is what I ended up picking. But here we're going for the level specific achievement for knocking down all them columns. I mean, it was an easy achievement, we'll take it. And then we get the end of the level achievement as well. So a lot of these levels we're pretty much getting 2 achievements. Unless we miss them.
Now, finally, I, Chaos, will be the supreme ruler of all Skylands.
Fear it! Fear my giant robot head!
Ugh. So as we see Chaos receive the fist, we move on to chapter 14, Auto Gyro Adventure.
And I don't say that lightly.
Which we actually did get the achievement Pedal to the Metal, which I didn't see pop, which was just going through speed zones. It was an easy achievement. It wasn't really easy, but you know. And then there we get another achievement. We're at 28 now for the completion of the level, and we move on to chapter 15. The Lost City of Arcus.
Greetings, Skylanderoid. I do not wish to fight
Going
you.
through the level,
I do not wish to fight
we
anybody
meet this guy,
or serve Lord Chaos. I will only play Sky Stones.
which means we have to play more Sky Stones for that level specific achievement, which we had to capture 2 stones with a single stone, which was easy. Well, I thought it was going to be easy. See, we eventually beat him, at least.
Stone collected.
And as we trot to the finish line of the level, we get another achievement, Arcus Adventurer. Moving on to chapter 16. Bringing order to chaos.
Skylanders of the tech
So
element are
in this level,
stronger in this
we
zone.
collect a collectible type achievement here for collecting 10 ship parts. And here we're just continuing with the level as we're getting hit by a machine. And here I'm looking in confusion, wondering what is happening. And yeah, I can't move, so I had to reset the level. But anyway, we make it to the final part here. We're getting the keeping cool achievement for not getting damaged by any fire traps through the level as chaos pops up.
Of course I was always awesome. But now that I have the Fist of Arcus and assume the form of the biggest, most powerful robot ever, I am supremely awesome! So you probably better start running here.
So here we're running, avoiding chaos as we run into the final battle arena, where we'll be taking on chaos for the final mission of the game.
You think you're so smart because you found my secret red avalanche button. Well, I can hit buttons too. There now, no traps, Sky Blunderer. And neither Eon nor any of your idiot friends can save you now.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
And here we go, Hermit from chapter 3, who we met, comes to help us out.
Larger than us. Well, at least it's kind of close, right?
And now we have some sort of advantage.
Robo Chaos? Didn't you hear how awesome I was earlier?
I guess I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, you just made a big mistake. No matter. You want to play tag team, huh? Fine. I will summon my own robot minions. Archeons! Fist of Arcus, shield me from this fool!
Skylander, that's the Iron Fist of Arcus. Hit him while it's vulnerable.
So here we're getting towards the end of the boss fight as we just keep spamming arrows with red arrow. And there we destroy the Fist of Arcus as we collect XP, even though we don't really need it, but...
My Iron Fist! My beloved Iron Fist! Out of my way, stupid robot! Come
and with Chaos ultimately defeated, we get the Saviour of Skylands achievement, getting that 150 game score. And now I'll quickly just insert an achievement here which I didn't see pop, but we did end up getting it.
That's right.
So with the game complete, we sit at 35 achievements,
Really test yourself
and now
with
we
these
go on to the
challenges?
cleanup,
I've heard it's
and we
possible
start
to beat
with
every
the
single
heroic
one
challenge,
with
which
every
we
Skylander, but I've never seen it done.
only need to complete one of these to get an achievement. So after going after all these chompies, we end up getting the achievement for completing the one heroic challenge, and we don't have to touch that again. After the heroic challenge, we move on to the arena challenges, which are very annoying because we have to complete 21 of these challenges.
21?
7, 7, and 7. But step 1 with the arena challenges for just completing the one. So now there's only 20 to go. But anyway, we move on and we start completing some of the level challenges that we did miss. And this one being in chapter 2 for just completing the chain pull feat of strength.
Excellent.
An easy achievement we did miss, unfortunately, but we have now got it, so that puts us up to 38.
Really cool.
And so here in chapter 6, we had to, at the beginning of the level, take out all of those flying helicopter, whatever they are. I don't care what they were. I never want to play this level again because the amount of times I had to reset because I missed one of the ships was it was annoying. Definitely the most hardest achievement in this game, worse than the nightmare difficulty that we were going to end up facing. So there it pops, and after that we're straight out that level because that was annoying. Here on the Dread Yacht, we complete the mini game without taking any damage from Chaos's rockets, so that's another achievement there. And with 5 achievements to go, we are going back into chapter 1 where we will be trying to get the completionist achievement, which we didn't hit on the first time, so we had to do it again. And then we got the completionist achievement, which was for just getting 3 stars in any of the levels. It could be anyone, but chapter 1, of course, it was going to be the easiest to replay. But here we are continuing with those arena challenges, and after a long, dreadful experience, we end up getting that achievement for completing all 21 of those arena challenges. But anyway, here we go. Here we are starting that nightmare difficulty. We're leaving that till last because, yeah, it's not funny. But here we have a death counter on the top right of the screen, so it will be counting the deaths. And then here we hit our first death. Yeah, there, and then we chapter 3, 4 deaths. Chapter 4, we only increase the counter by 1, and then going into chapter 5, we increase it by 3 deaths. So we're on 8 deaths total so far. So here we are in chapter 6.
We're losing power.
That was a silly death, but yeah, unfortunately we die 3 times there. We die another 2 times in the Wilkin village. Here in Chaos's castle, the deaths go up to 20. Goes up to 21 in the next level, and then jumps up to 24 by chapter 11. So here we are racking up a load of deaths, but we're still getting through the levels. But going back to when I missed the soul gem, here we actually do finally collect the Tree Rex soul gem, which ends up netting us that achievement we were going after earlier for collecting both soul gems. But as the levels are going on, here we are, 26 deaths. Didn't die on this level, which is a bonus. And this level is where that counter up there, it's going to increase by a lot. 36, 10 deaths. That level gave me 10 deaths. Next level only netting us 4 deaths. and then as we go into the final boss fight, right before the final boss fight, 42 deaths. So here we're just healing up. We're getting all our Skylanders ready for this final boss fight, because the final boss fight is what's scary. So just after healing a couple of our Skylanders to fall, we're here in the boss fight. There we died once, there we died second, and we literally only racked up 2 deaths in that final boss fight. That boss fight was easy, it's easier than the first time. We only died twice, and there we get the achievement pop for completing the game on Nightmare difficulty. And if I'm being honest, that was easy. 44 deaths of course, but I'd rather do that than Skylanders Spyro's Adventures in that boss fight. That was horrible.
That's right.
But there, 44 deaths. I'm actually pretty proud of that. I think, yeah, I think that was a good attempt at the Nightmare difficulty. But yeah, it's not known to be the hardest Nightmare difficulty that would be trapped in, but we're obviously not there yet. But yeah, I've got that one last achievement which we do get at the end of the game. Unfortunately, I don't have it pop here, but here, 65,000 treasure, and that completes us, Skylanders Giants. So there we go. We are two games done now. 2 games done in the series. We've got Skylanders Spyro's Adventures, Skylanders Giants, and that last achievement there, collecting that treasure. I literally just used a trick online where you just keep resetting the game, but you end up getting the treasure still. But yeah, that's done. What do I rate the game? I'd say it is better than Spyro's Adventures, although that being the first edition in the series, it set a bar high. It was a very good game, but this game definitely tops it. I mean, you got the giants, you just got better levels. I mean, the story's a lot better, and I just had much more of a fun experience getting all the achievements. Of course, it's annoying having to do a second playthrough, the Nightmare difficulty, but it weren't actually too bad than what I actually thought it was going to be. The achievements, I mean, the gladiator challenges, they were terrible, having to do all those arena challenges. I only had to do the 1 heroic challenge, where I think last time round we had to do 3 heroic challenges, but it had a bigger cleanup than Spyro's Adventures. But if I'm to say which game I'd rather play, it's definitely going to be this game. If I'm going to say which game I'd rather get all the achievements in, it's going to be this game. So, throwing up our checklist. Here we have all 6 games, and I think it is time we finally tick off Skylander Giants. So, 2 out of 6. Another 4 to go. And of course, as we are going in order, the next game we will be playing is Skylanders Waffles. And if you didn't make it to this point in the video, I just want to say a huge thank you for getting to this point and watching me get all the achievements in Skylanders Giants. Now we have, and I am working on the video for Skylanders Waffles. We have completed the game, and that'll definitely be out soon. But there's also other games that I have been playing, trying to get all the achievements that I will be doing videos on. So this video will eventually come out. I'm definitely working on it, but there are a few other games that I also want to release and show you me getting all the achievements for. But anyway, with all of that said, thank you for watching the video, and I do hope that you clock in to when we get all the achievements on Skylanders Waffles. Take care.